Welcome back to another video. If you're new, my name is Leah and I am all about spending less, creating more, and sharing with you how you can do the same thing in your kitchen. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the conclusion of our low spend grocery budget month. I had a goal of $75 a week for my family of 4, which is actually pretty low considering some of the items that we make sure that we keep on hand. But I wanted to utilize a lot of the things that were in our freezer, our pantry, not have to purchase very much meat while also sticking within our health nutrition goals. So we got pretty close to that budget, and I'm going to share with you at the very end our grocery haul to go into this final week of December. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, and without further ado, let's get into the cooking.
I really wanted to utilize the ham that's been in my freezer since last Christmas. I know you guys probably think that I'm absolutely crazy because I haven't used it yet. Months ago, I already used some of it for some scalloped potato dinner, and then we just have a really hard time eating it in large quantities. So I decided to finally use it in a quiche. And quiche is something that's so easy to actually throw together. If you haven't made one before, I definitely recommend it. Malin helped me. I made a quick pie crust. I will have my favorite pie crust recipe down for you in the description box, as with all the recipes from this video, so you don't have to pay attention to all the measurements while you're watching this. It'll be really easy for you later on. But once I had this pie crust rolled out, I put it into the baking dish, and then I was able to just pour the quiche mixture right into that without baking the crust first, and it all goes into the oven until it's completely cooked. You're not going to want to have any egg jiggling around whatsoever. Now, last week I told you I had a plan for that cranberry sauce that I pulled out of the freezer from Thanksgiving, and that's because I found a puff pastry in my deep freezer. Now, this comes with 2 sheets. I only had 1 sheet left, so I'm using that with a little bit of cream cheese, and I am just like halving the recipe for this Danish recipe. Oh my gosh, talk about another easy recipe that I think just makes everyone happy. You can do this with any kind of jam, pie filling, whatever you want, but I am using cranberry sauce because it's what I have on hand, and I thought it'd be really interesting to use something like that. I've never seen it used before. So you're literally just going to put a nice amount of the cream cheese filling onto each pastry slice. I cut mine into 6 pieces, and because I am halving the recipe, I only needed half of an egg yolk for that filling. So I set that other half aside with the egg white to make the egg wash, because you're going to want to go along every edge so that they get nice and golden. And wherever the filling is not at, those are the sides that are going to puff up all around the filling. So it's so easy. Like I said, definitely try this. It's going to be an amazing little dessert or a little breakfast item that I think you're going to love. At our office Christmas party, we were sent home with leftovers. We could choose as much as we want, and I just decided let's take home some barbecue chicken and biscuits. So we are using the barbecue chicken for some teriyaki. I know that might sound crazy. So I just got the vegetable mix I had purchased on clearance from my fridge. I knew I wasn't going to use it before it went bad probably, so I used half of it, got the other half in the freezer, cooked those down with a little bit of water, added the sauce it came with and some teriyaki that I had in my fridge. Put it all together with the cut up chicken. The cooked rice was just a quick boil in the bag kind, and dinner was served in like 15 minutes. Tacos are a staple for us and our family, and oftentimes we'll just use whatever leftovers we have on hand, so that way we can use up the meat before it goes bad, whether it's steak, chicken, doesn't really matter what we have. So that's what we're doing tonight. I ended up having some steak leftovers from a Christmas party. Again, we've had so many and just blessed with so many leftovers. So I had put them in the freezer so they would not go bad. It's another major tip I have for you. And if you are sleeping on these cook yourself flour tortillas, go get some. I mentioned earlier that we brought home some biscuits from another Christmas party, and I am using those with the rest of the ham from the freezer, some eggs, cheese, salt and pepper, and making some quick to-go breakfast sandwiches before we head out to Dollywood. One of the things that we love to do is eat on the road. We'll usually pack a cooler when we go on long trips. We always pack food for at least one of the meals while we're driving, so it definitely saves us money, also saves us time, and then we're able to fully enjoy the vacation, the trip, the event, whatever we're doing. So it's easier to spend money on other things like fresh kettle corn, soft pretzels, things like that. We had such a wonderful Christmas. I used a chuck roast out of my freezer that had been in there for a little while, and I also bought another one just in case we needed more with our family that was coming over to visit, and we ended up with a lot of leftovers. So I actually pulled those out and made some beef noodles with the leftover gravy, as well as some beef broth to make some more gravy for the noodles. And then I put the other half of that beef into the freezer to use when we got back from our Michigan vacation. So I cut up the beef and then an onion, just whatever I had left on hand, sauteed the onion with some butter, made a little bit of a roux with flour, salt, and pepper, and then I added the beef stock that I had. I also added that gravy. Like I said, it wasn't a whole lot. And then I just added all of the beef and the noodles, some more salt and pepper, and it came together so quick. It really tasted like a good roast beef dinner. We actually had a lot of leftovers from this meal as well, so I immediately got those into the freezer because one of the worst things for me is knowing that we're going to waste food, we're not going to eat it in time, leftovers can get boring. So my biggest hack is just to individually portion or dinner size portion things, get them in the freezer, they're not going to go bad. Okay, are you all proud of me? I finally pulled out those bananas from the fridge into a blueberry muffin mix. I actually wanted to use some applesauce for the oil because it is healthier and I didn't have oil anyway. And I also didn't have jumbo size muffin liners. So we just used some parchment paper, made 6 jumbo muffins, and took those on our Michigan trip. For our refrigerator inventory update, I'm going to share with you here. I've got one of these oranges in here. We actually have more over on the counter, but someone put that in the fridge. We have some Go-Gurt and some cranberry sauce, pepperoni, and 2 crescent rolls. I'm actually going to use one of these for lunch today when we get back from the grocery store. I have some cookies and cream cookie dough. And then I have the cooked turkey sausage links, some uncooked tortillas. We still have some regular eggs, one of our favorite eggs in there. For the cheese drawer, I have cream cheese, some Colby Jack, cheddar, and I have some of this awesome shaved Parmesan, some American pepper jack, regular American, some regular sprinkle Parmesan, and I've got feta, and then this is for my business, so I'm not counting that toward my inventory. But these are some really yummy cream cheeses as well. Might have to make some bagels this weekend. We have milk left over from Christmas. My mom brought this over, so it is still good until the 4th. So we're going to use this one first. The maple syrup, we've got some little grape tomatoes, baby carrots, a few whole carrots, applesauce that I broke into from the pantry before we left. I used that in our muffins, and I have a couple muffins left. Those are some really good blueberry banana muffins. Mayo, we have some hot sauce from our restaurant, some sourdough bread. We still have some more of this protein chai, lots of condiments, a few more olives left. We still have coffee cream. This one's almost gone, but this one's still good to go. Some sugar-free peppermint mocha, some special whipped cream. The maple syrup we actually squeeze from because it's easy. I have some mild Taco Bell sauce, barbecue sauce. We have black cherry jam, orange marmalade, some more taco sauce. We have butter and a couple of Diet Coke. One more of Dakota's Oikos left, our caramel sauce, and that is it for the fridge. And down in here, I have leftover rolls from Christmas. We have lots of vegetable scraps. In here, I have some breakfast casserole. We made a really yummy French toast casserole, so I got that. I also have leftover beef and noodles. And then from that beef and noodles, I also have all of this leftover cooked beef as well. So we're going to use this for tacos. We also have some sweet potato wedges. I've got some uncooked chicken breast with the bone and the skin. I have some cooked pork tenderloin. We have some more spicy chicken nuggets down there, some vegetables, some cooked shrimp. So we've got lots of vegetables and meat that we can use this week. I've got some rice that I can use for Dakota. The stuffed gnocchi, I'm going to put that on our meal plan as well. And
then we still have some ice cream, nuts, more vegetable scraps, vegetables, ice cream, and some wontons down there. Now the pantry is looking a little bit more bare. We do have some bread, peanut butter, PB2 powder, and tortillas that we can use this week. 1 pack of ramen, some crackers. We are all set on oatmeal and cereal for the kids to eat this week. I have a few more nuts, and we have the chocolate granola, oats, pistachios, and then some protein bars. These were a gift. One of Dakota's best friends gave these to him in a Christmas goodie bag. So lots of protein bars in here. Down here, all I have are some animal crackers and pretzels for the kids. Still just a few more of these crackers, and then some dried fruit. I've got banana, prunes, and figs. And then on the very top, we have some more things that were given to us. We have the little like treats up here, popcorn, a few Oreos. We have some chips, and then lots of candies, things like that in here. Some white cheddar crackers. And then these were in stocking stuffers, so some of those microwavable pork rinds. Then in here, I do not have any more pasta that I would be using for like spaghetti or something. We do have a little bit of lasagna noodles and some protein pasta that we'd actually do not prefer. And then I have some protein rice that we'll try using, see if we like that. We have the boil in a bag, just 1 bag of rice left there, but we do still have lots of rice that I can cook on the stovetop, just regular long grain cooked rice. We have beans. I don't know if I've shown you this before in a while, but this is the dry roux. I have this from a long time ago and we haven't used it yet. So I'm going to have to make some gumbo here in another couple of weeks. But this is really awesome. I'm going to pull this out for the kids probably for lunch today to go with their pigs in a blanket. And then up here I've got beans and tuna, coconut milk, some green chilies and soup, pineapple. And I know I've got some rice noodles back there and some fortune cookies, so that'll be nice. So I am pulling out for the week our leftover Thanksgiving dinner. We have stuffing, sweet potatoes, there's turkey and gravy. And I'm also going to pull out the protein Go-Gurt for the kids to add to our yogurt drawer. But other than that, everything in here is staying pretty much the same from last week. For this week, I'm also pulling out some of these red beans that I've made previously. We're going to put that with some rice. I'm also using some boneless, skinless chicken breast in our meal plan this week, along with that chicken that was in my other freezer with the skin and bone. Other than that, wow, it is looking so much different than when we first started. So now that it is more manageable, I'm literally able to take out this 1 bin. We have a bag of fish. We have 2 bags of fish, burgers, some shrimp, wings, pork chops, some sausage, ham, and soup. So I can easily take all this out, clean out the freezer, scrape out the ice, and start with a brand new feeling freezer.
This week, my whole family was able to come in the grocery store with me. Now, I actually only went over on our goal of a budget by $20 for the entire month. And now that I look at the calendar, we actually had bought groceries for 5 entire weeks because it's going into the first week of January. That includes all of our Christmas food. So I am highly impressed. I'm very happy with how we did. So let me know if you started a budget challenge, a pantry challenge. I know several of you have already put things in the comments, and I'd love to know how you're doing. We are here to encourage one another. Now, of course, there's also a lot of health goals that we have sprinkled in there as well. And one thing that Dakota mentioned to me in the last couple of weeks is if we need to raise our grocery budget to fit in some of the items that he really wants to make sure that he utilizes in his meal plan. He's really wanting to get focused. I know I've been very focused for a couple of years now, and it's very important to us that we take care of ourselves. And wherever we have to cut out a budget from something else, we're going to do it because we want to make sure that we are spending our money at the grocery store on the things that are really important to us. And eating out is definitely going to be cut back even further now that he's getting a little bit more serious about tracking his meals. So some items are definitely more expensive than others. Of course, if you are following this channel for some frugal ideas, please don't feel like I'm expecting you to buy organic and pasture-raised the way that we prefer. But I love to share how I can get savvy in the kitchen, using wisely what we have, buying things when they're on sale, stocking up where I can, and not wasting things, being more mindful. So hopefully we have the same heart at the end of all of this, and you can relate to what I'm going through. Maybe my health journey will encourage you as well. So make sure you stick around if you haven't already subscribed. I would love for that. There's a lot of views that are coming from people that aren't even subscribed. So if that's you, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you know when another video is posted. I like to put things in the community tab as well. So sometimes it's just a short video, or it can be a post, an update on when things are happening.
Like I said, hopefully this video gives you some inspiration. And of course, until the next video, I will see you in the comments.